Alright, welcome back to the SuperCoach Nuffs channel. In this video we're going to review SuperCoach BBL after round 5 of the 2024-25 season. And what ended up being an okay week, a 526, which saw us move up in the overall ranks, 600 spots almost, so into the top 6% overall, and 4 league wins out of 4, so I have actually gone alright this week. I hadn't really watched too much of the BBL. I was watching a fair bit of the test, and then I guess after that drifted off and trying to do some other things too, especially I guess with the back end of Christmas holidays and whatnot. But we'll have a look at the team. So scroll. So Matt Hurst got us a 38, so not the best, but we'll take it. Cooper Connolly was 76, solid. Will Sutherland with just the 16. Daniel Sam's only getting 15 and getting himself concussed in an ugly incident. Sounds like he's okay though, so all's well that ends well there, but he may not actually be available for their double game week, which is not ideal. Nathan McSweeney actually didn't play. Oh, that's right. The Sydney Sixers game against the Heat got rained out. That's the one. So I was pretty fortunate I only had one Heat or 2 Heat players, I suppose. And I guess that might have cost a few other people too, having a lot of the Sixers players potentially as well after that double game week. So maybe that's where I got a bit fortunate overall. Jacob Bethel with 111 was fantastic. As I said, I didn't see the game, so I might have a quick look at his stats. So if we go to fantasy stats, any fear, I've given us some stats. Don't know, it's not coming to the party, but that's alright. Doesn't matter. Jamie Overton as captain with 60 points is solid. You know, he's averaging 75, so, you know, on a single game week, you take that. Tommy Rogers with 29 was a little bit unders. Wes Agar with just the 4, so he has made some good money, but his break even has blown right out. In saying that, we will keep him for the double this week. Chris Green with 113, fantastic. You know, and he'll be an important part of our team this week. Zamps with just the 4 points. Ferguson Neal actually didn't play, so maybe one we can move on. And Spencer Johnson was another one that was impacted by the washout. So we'll have a look at the head-to-heads. If I go back to round 5. So a win over Al's Dream Team by about 40 points. And so having a look, looks like he managed to get the full 11 on the field. Had Cooper Connolly, had Bethel as well, Captain Overton. So I guess Chris Green was the difference maker for me in this case. He had Jilks and Billings for the upcoming game week isn't the worst. Stoyan was alright with 59, Chowdhury. I sort of had, I guess, those scores somewhat covered as well. But Tommy Rogers from the Stars with just the 1 wasn't ideal. And I guess there's always a chance with having those batsmen on the single game weeks. But again, LA Knights with a 591. We might look at the overalls. We're sort of about halfway through. I'd imagine LA Knights got to be pretty well up there. He's been going well, Mark, this year. Finn Allen with a 113, so he's finally found some form. You'll love to see that. Maxi with a 65. Had Chris Lynn, the 74. Mitch Owen with the 72 continues to carve up. One that's definitely got away from us this year, but that's how it goes sometimes. Yeah, some good stuff there, Mark. Back to the matchup. So in the second one, how's that with the 298? So yeah, somewhat affected by the washout, having 4 players on the bench. I guess not having a lot of backup as well didn't help. But had Connolly captain Will Sutherland, which is unlucky. Tom Seifert not getting the best go with the bat. Nathan Ellis with just 20 with the ball. Would have expected a little bit more from him. And actually got the highest score in this league. So I think that's pretty rare that I get the highest score. So we'll have a look at the third league with U Donkey. So Davey Warner with a 74. He'll be very handy this game week. Sam Billings is captain. That's unlucky. Didn't quite come off. Cooper Connolly as well. Had a couple of players missing with the rain. So, and once again, done pretty well in that league. So the final one, so pretty close. James Daly with his team name James Daly. You love that. Maxi as captain was a good option. Timmy David did well with the bat, so it's well set up for that final double game week there with those two guys. Fantastic, but did miss out a couple of players. Philippi Curran actually missed out. I missed that. Matty Short still injured, so probably didn't quite get up to date with the trades there. But a couple of big scores in this league, so we will have a look. Stark Raving Mad, another one who's popped up a couple of times, so we'll have a look at the overall. But had Finn Allen as VC, so took that. That's fantastic. As Warner, Maxi Overton, had Bethel as well as an emergency. That's worked out nicely. Had Duckett on the bench as well, so it maybe left some points on the table, considering Ashton Turner got a duck egg. And the old boys with a 584. So Finn Allen again at the 4. Ben Duckett in this team. Captain Chris Lynn. It's nice. And even left a couple of points on the bench with a couple of guys not being able to play in the washout. Fantastic. So in terms of the leagues, so we'll have a look at the table and then the overalls. So in the first league, LA Knight, as expected, up the top with 4 wins. I'm sitting 3-2, so actually going okay. But in terms of total points, yes, you can see Mark's knocking on the door of the top 1K. So a couple of 100 points ahead of the next best, Jason Raiders, and sitting third in head-to-head as well there. And the second league, so Stars for the win again, well up there overall. 4-1, Shano as well with his 4-1, and I'm sitting 5th, albeit with less than 50% win percentage. So I'm pretty sure the leagues go to the finals after round 7. You can't see it on here. Round 7, and then week 8, round 9, sorry, are the finals. But in terms of total points, so yeah, Stars for the win. Sam's team, 161st overall. So fantastic effort, Sammy. Keep going. Felix Force, Wacko, Jacko up there as well. So some good stuff in the second league. In the third league, so we've got an undefeated team. Mark's Destruction Zone, 5-0. Another third place spot for me. In terms of the overall, so yeah, Mark's sitting 245th overall, so explains the 5 and zip start. Kick-ass, Jim's team's always up there with the overall sort of stuff in all the leagues that I see him in. Sitting 637 at the moment, and I'm sitting third in that league. And then finally, fourth league, Stark Raving Mad, probably doing well overall too, with a 5-0. And myself sitting second, so doing best in this league. But surprisingly, Sharb is top overall in this league. Well, not surprisingly, Sharb's another fantasy SuperCoach all-rounder, sitting 2000th overall. Stark Raving Mad and Stars of Terror in the top 3K. So a pretty competitive looking league there. But I guess in terms of the other players, we'll just have a quick look. I think we've hit most of them. Yep, Chris Green was top score with Finn Allen and Bethel. So if you had all 3, You're killing it. Lance Morris is going good with the ball, so 98. Timmy David, he just jumped up a bit in cash too. Might be one to try and get on in preparation for their double game week. Ben Ducker we talked about. Gurinder Sandhu come in for his first game and got a 79. Joel Paris with a 77. Shafane Rutherford with 75. So pretty cheap option this week if you're looking to, trade in a cheap Thunder batter. Davey Warner we've touched on, Chris Lynn, Mitch Owen, and so on. In terms of break even this week, Finn Allen with a negative 74. So it's probably now or never if you want him, because he's jumped up 30k. He will jump up a lot again. They don't have any doubles, but very few teams do. So Joel Paris, Marcus Stoinis, if you held him, is going to make some cash. Don't know if he's worth trading in. The Stars will blank. I don't think it's this week. I think they blank in the final head-to-head with the Hurricanes double. Tim David, like we said, load up early. Max Bryant still has a nice break even after missing out on the last game, so could be a little cash grab there. Brendan Doggett's been good since coming in, but they're on the bye this week. Bethel, -9 with his capability, I think is worth a look. Todd Murphy, another one who benefit from the washout. Nothing too exciting after that. So I'm getting into the positives. So Shafane Rutherford, should make some cash this week if you bring him in. And then all the cheapies. Cool. So in terms of the trades this week, so Jamie Overton is on the bye. We got rid of most of our strikers players, so we're pretty well set. Issue may be we don't have a lot of cover. We're not sure if Fergus O'Neill's going to come back in or not. Also, Tommy Benton's gone. Not sure if Sam Constas will come back in now the Test series is done. But I guess he might play the second game. So we'll hang on to him. Probably have to trade out Samsy. I think he's going to miss. So what I'm thinking is if we look at trading O'Neill, Sam's, and we do have one more trade, so we'll have a look at our options after this. So we're going to probably look at the Sydney Thunder. So I think with the double game week, we do potentially have to have a look at Davey Warner. He is expensive, but he'll open the batting. We know what he's capable of. I just realised my third trade out will be Tom Benton because Allsop's back. But after that, obviously Cam Bancroft's another one we put a line through with his injury. Sounded pretty gruesome, but hopefully he makes a full recovery. Tom Andrews is taking the place of Tanvi Sanger. Could be one to look at if Sanger doesn't look like he's coming back. I should have probably done some research before this. Rutherford we've talked about. Maybe someone like Matt Gilks might move up the order. Bancroft's out. Not sure if Sanger's back from his injury. That's Jason Sanger as well. So yeah, not sure. Maybe like a Nick Taris they might bring in up the order. So yeah, I mean, Lockie Ferguson as probably their main bowler. I think we can look at since we've got the cash. And then we are probably, I guess we're pretty well stacked on the Thunder guys, but they do have the double this week. But we might use the third trade just to prep a little bit. And I guess what we're thinking is if we go by points, we look at bringing in Timmy David in preparation for their double game week. So we'll try that and we'll see how we can fit everyone in. So yes, we are stuck with Matt Hurst batting, wicket keeping, which is perfectly okay. We've got Warner in there. Cooper Connolly, Will Sutherland, Bethel are fine. So, just trying to think. So Overton can go. So it looks like that's the bowling lineup. We've got Spencer Johnson with our VC at the moment. So it probably just comes down to McSweeney or David. I guess McSweeney only did miss out because of the rain. And they do play the Gabba tonight. So I think we'll just leave it like that. Sort of setup. And then I think, actually, Chris Green, we'll just go straight C. I don't think it's worth worrying about since the Thunder played the first game. I'll put Warner as our vice captain. And I think that's how we're going to set up. I don't think we'll use the boost. We might try and use that to go hard on the Hurricanes guys in that double potentially in a couple of rounds' time. But that's the team and how it lines up going into round 6. As always, if you've got any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to get them below this video. Give us a like, the thumbs up icon if you enjoy the BBL content. Subscribe for all the fantasy sports content on the channel. And other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.